There's been a couple of interesting developments in the West Midlands in the last couple of days in regard to the Unite General Secretary election. It's looking likely, according to sources within Unite, that Gerard Coyne, the right-wing challenger who failed to beat Len McCluskey in 2017 and was subsequently the subject of a long legal battle where he tried to overturn the result and ended up thoroughly defeated and humiliated. And it looks like he may fail to get the nominations that he needs in order to participate in the contest this time round when it happens next year, as he flagged to the centrist media a couple of months ago. Now, Gerard Coyne has a long and sorry history in regard to his bid in 2017 to get the Unite leadership. He was backed by all the usual right-wing suspects and was involved in significant data breaches where the information of Labour and Unite members was leaked to him by a couple of other right-wing campaigns to use, which was against data protection laws. He admitted that on the radio and spent a long time after that. He got sacked from his position for gross misconduct in relation to that. Fought a very dirty campaign, and he wants to have another go, but it looks like he might not get the chance to do that. It appears that this has prompted the right wing in the Labour movement to try to find another horse to back, so to speak. And it would appear that they may have decided that they want to opt for Steve Turner, one of the assistant general secretaries of Unite, who is bidding to become the next general secretary. Jack Dromey has tweeted just yesterday a tweet that seems to signal very strong and positive support for Steve Turner. Let's take a look at that tweet. So Jack Dromey has tweeted this: brilliant to have Steve T Unite visit GK on Chester Road today. And he's tweeted that along with a picture of Steve Turner standing in front of West Midlands Region Unite banner. But there are some issues with that picture, but we'll look at those in a moment. Let's first look at Jack Dromey's history in regard to who he has backed in the last few years. In 2017, Mr. Dromey decided to announce that he was backing Gerard Coyne, who we've just talked about, for the General Secretary position in Unite. And he was not only publicly backing Gerard Coyne, but also turned out to have links with the Gerard Coyne campaign and with Tom Watson. And a meeting took place in Portcullis House down in London in 2017, which showed certain links that were related to the deliberate breach of data protection, as was later admitted by Mr. Coyne on the radio, where he admitted that the data had been used, but claimed that this was okay because it had been agreed. It wasn't agreed with the people who had provided the data to the other organisations in the first place, and that was a serious breach. He backed Gerard Coyne, but he also decided that he was going to back a certain Owen Smith in the 2016 leadership challenge against Jeremy Corbyn. And he made a little appearance where he announced that he was doing that. Didn't end too well for him when Jeremy Corbyn turned up and the crowd went wild.
Labour in crisis.
Labour is divided. We need once again to unite. That means strong new leadership, and that's why I'm supporting Owen Smith. But it then means us turning outwards to the country. We can't go on talking to one another. We've got to stand up for the country.
So we saw how that worked out. We all know how that ended. And Owen Smith was one of the campaigns whose data was eventually leaked to Gerard Coyne for his bid the next year to topple Len McCluskey. That's not a great look for Steve Turner. So why might they prefer to back Steve Turner over Howard Beckett, who is also standing for the Unite leadership? Well, there's a story to that, and it connects in a way to the banner that's in the picture that Jack Dromey tweeted of Steve Turner. So let's take another look at that. Here's that banner. Here's that banner, and a little circle's been added here just to draw attention to the fact that it features the Birmingham bin strike proudly in the centre position of this banner, and Steve is pictured in front of that. That may have had nothing to do with Steve Turner. He may just have happened to be pictured in front of that. If so, it's not a great look, because the person who was heavily involved in winning 2 disputes in the West Midlands for the Birmingham bin workers against a right-wing council, right-wing Labour council, was none other than Howard Beckett. So let's see a little video that shows a little bit of Howard's involvement and what that meant to the bin workers in Birmingham.
I'm going to move to a proper vote. For all those in favour of a fair settlement that shows equality and parity in the workplace and put right the wrong of the payments that were made to those who did not go on strike, please raise your hands now. Congratulations.
Hello everybody, my name is Darren Peach. I'm a shop steward for Birmingham City Council, Refuse Collection Service, Montague Street. 2017, Birmingham City Council were going to make 109 refuse collection loaders redundant. Howard Beckett came in and took us on a road to victory. Not only did he take a Labour council to the High Court, he beat them. He also, with his experience, removed certain Labour councillors that were acting like Tories. Howard's experience not only helped me and our collective, but also cemented the values of what Unite the Union are about. Howard is one exceptional leader that all Unite members in Birmingham City Council will never forget. You're a brother to us, all of us here, and you've told us what Unite is about. Howard, you're one exceptional leader, and without you, this council would have tried to turn us over. But no, you again stepped in night, day, to beat this council.
So that's interesting. The Birmingham bin disputes, which went on from 2017 through to 2019, were involving a Labour council in Birmingham. And Unite and the bin workers, and on their behalf, Howard Beckett, had to fight a right-wing Labour council in order to get a result for working people on low wages who were facing the stripping of their terms and conditions by a right-wing Labour council looking to make cuts. It starts to become a little bit clear why the Labour right might not want Howard Beckett to be the leader of Unite, doesn't it? And it seems clear Howard has been very vocal in terms of opposing Keir Starmer when he's cozied up too much to the Tories, when he's failed to speak out on the issues that a Labour leader should be speaking out about, when he's failed to show solidarity with unions. Howard Beckett's been very vocal on that. Steve hasn't been quite as much. And clearly, as I would see it, the events in the last 24 hours with Jack Dromey deciding to back Steve Turner, or certainly come out in positive terms about him, would suggest that they see Steve as being less of a threat to their interests, less of a threat to their hold on the levers of power in the Labour Party and in the Labour movement. And to my mind, that's a very clear and very emphatic demonstration as to why the movement, and certainly the members of Unite, need Howard Beckett to be their next General Secretary, who's going to stand up for their interests against the Labour right with no equivocation, and make sure that those interests are fought for, regardless whether that's convenient for the particular motives and agendas of the Labour right, which are very often at odds with the interests of working people and their unions. Just ask teachers and their National Education Union what they think about Labour's position on face masks in the classroom. So it's no secret, I will make it very clear, and disclosure of interests. I back Howard Beckett for the Unite Labour leadership, but I think what I've just showed you gives you a very good idea as to why that is.